As you see, this face needs to be snatched. So ladies, I'm about to snatch. Get into this everyday fall look. I'm going to first apply my primer evenly throughout my skin. And yes, I am very heavy-handed. When I do some of my friends' face, they do complain because I kind of like beat the product into their face. Mostly I use one pump, but sometimes I do use two, especially with the fall. My skin is a little dry, so I apply 2 pumps. Make sure that it is evenly distributed across my skin. After I'm done with that, I will go ahead and start to do my brows. I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow along with the Anastasia Tule that I bought from Sephora. Now, I said it before and I say it again, eyebrows are not twins, they are sisters. I am so sick of looking on Instagram and people's eyebrows are so stiff. I like my eyebrows to have some type of have it defined, but also make sure that it's also natural looking. It looks like it could be mine. So as you see, I go over the top. I stick with my natural arch, and I just defined it. I might use about 2 times of dipping into the eyebrow dip, but for the most part, I don't use a lot. And I don't like to highlight underneath my eyebrows because I am over the age of 30. I feel like it is best to make sure that your makeup is more natural and not very defined. Now my eyebrows are both done. I put my gel brow on top of them, let them dry, jamming out to some music, checking my playlist. I don't know if I'm the only one that likes to listen to music while I'm getting dressed in the morning or going anywhere. I live with my AirPods in my ear. I think it's one of the best investments that I bought myself this year for my birthday. So looking for the best playlist while I'm about to snatch this face hunty. Okay, now that my brows are completely dry, they are set. I guess I really didn't know what I wanted to listen to. Okay, so now that I got my music on, let's get this face beat, honey. I'm going to first color correct. I got that from Maybelline, and I'm going to color correct every little spot that I don't like, because the most important thing is to color correct first. After you set your primer, you color correct. You use the orange and you use the yellow. I like to mix them together. That's just me. Some people use them separately, but I like to dip my brush into. I get as close as I can underneath my eyes because I have dark circles. It's hereditary. I do put Preparation H underneath my eyes to lighten up the dark circles, and it has helped through the years. And like I said, I'm in the 30 and up club, so I have to take care of my skin. So I'm going underneath my chin. I'm going over there on my cheek. And I'm just kind of dabbing it in any places that I see dark circle that I know the concealer would not, the foundation would not cover. I make sure I color correct first because I don't want it to show through when I'm applying the concealer on my face. Just a little dab, dab. That was really like a stubborn pimple that I had to bust, and it's left like a hole in my forehead. So just double checking everything. Everything looks good to go. So now I'm going to let that sit for a while on my face. Let it kind of absorb into my skin. And if you do it right, this is how your face should look. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes. That is an old MAC palette that I bought about 2, 3, maybe even 4 years ago. I got it from MAC. That's my NYX concealer for my eyes. I use a brush and I go ahead and I apply my base across my whole eyes. I do use white because I'm using some dark colors. If I use bright colors, I use more of a dark base. So they do have a brown one, a dark brown, but right now I'm using these light fall colors, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with my white base. I pat that over my whole eye. Now I'm going to go ahead and take that in, and I'm going to take another brush and I'm going to make sure I blend it in completely. Cover my whole eyelid. Looking for my Urban Decay translucent powder. What I like to do is take the Urban Decay translucent powder and apply it over my eyelids. It helps my makeup to stay longer on my eyes. So I'm looking for a brush, found a brush. I'm going to take it. As you see, I use Real Technique brushes. I do love them. They're a little pricey, but you can get them on Amazon. Burlington Coat Factory sells them, along with some other stores, but they are well worth every penny per set. So I take it, I dab it in with my translucent powder over my eyes. Now I'm going to go ahead and start doing a Smoky Eye with my MAC palette. And I'm using a few colors here. And I believe they still actually have this palette on sale. Actually not on sale, but it's at MAC. It can run you about $60, and I think it's a good price for the eyeshadows that you're getting, because one eyeshadow from MAC alone is about $12 to $14. So if you do the math, you're actually saving money. So I'm going to go ahead and go over my whole eyes. I'm going to use dark brown to start off with my base, cover my whole eyes up. Yes, your girl is jamming. Yes, baby. Yes. I love music. Like, one of my tattoos are music notes behind my ears. Now that I have done most of my eyes, I took my blending sponge and I started to go ahead and blend. I do allow some time for the corrector to kind of seep into my skin, let it set. So I do my eyes. I know some people do eyes first and then they do the concealer and correct, but I'd rather do my eyes first while my concealer, well, not my concealer, the skin is correcting, but it is a concealer, so I guess it's right. The corrector, the orange and the yellow, whatever we call it. Make sure I get underneath my eyes and I kind of like dab it in. Now my blending sponge is damp. I do clean it out every 2 days. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish off my eyes. As you guys seen in my previous video, I love this gold color from LA Girl. Tell LA Girl I said what's up. Sing your girl some stuff, because I do like their products. It doesn't have a lot of talc in it like a lot of other products that break my skin out. So I'm definitely a fan of LA Girl. I kind of like, fell into loving it. It's one of those things I did my research. As you see, I went ahead and applied the gold to my lids. I'm going to get another brush and I'm going to blend it out so it looks like it's evenly distributed. I don't like any hard, marks or defined lines with my makeup. I told you this is a fast fall beat for mommies over the age of 30. We can't follow all the trends that these younger girls are doing, but we can still be fabulous at our age. Go ahead and blend out. Make sure that is evenly distributed across my eyes, my crease. Then I'm going to post a video at the end of the video of my hair. Y'all know I ain't got no sense. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my concealer. I don't even know what I was listening to. But take my LA Girl concealer. Girl concealer. I think my pump had broke. I don't know. Yeah, it did. So I'm going to go ahead and take the top off. Apply it over my skin. Keep applying it. Keep applying it. And you can find this at any store. I found this at actually a Family Dollar. It cost me $4. So now I'm going to take my same blending sponge and I'm going to go ahead and apply that thing. Like beat it in my skin. And don't worry. You guys will see it does blend out. It just gives it an orange look in the beginning. I was changing my lighting so you guys can see. But yeah, see? Just keep blending and blending and blending. I do like to get as close as I can to my eyebrows because I want them to look natural. Some people don't even like conceal or put any concealer around their eyebrows or foundation. They just outline. But for me, I like to apply it around my whole face, my neck, bottom of my chin, by my nose. I get all the way in there. And I did a little bit more makeup on my eyebrows. So I'm taking my spoolie and I'm just making sure that the foundation does not affect my eyebrows. And if anyone else knows, I love the feature on the iPods to where you can tap it and it plays the next song. Like, that's so convenient. I love it. You don't even have to have your phone nearby. You can just go ahead and just tap it and the next song will play in your playlist. Underneath my chin, my neck, going down. Yes, your girl is blended. Now I'm going to take my concealer and I'm going to go ahead and apply underneath my eyes. I do like to do a little triangle effect. I take it underneath. I don't go directly underneath my eyes, and you will see why. But I do get as close as I can to underneath my eyes. I do have dark circles and lines, so I'm not going to get that close underneath my eyes. Go down the bridge of my nose, like a slope, boop. In my previous video, it was a fast beat, but these are some of the same techniques I use in the other video you guys seen. I do in this same video. My makeup hasn't really changed. This is my signature look. The only thing I do is probably change a lippy, and I might add a different eyeshadow. But for the most part, I use the same products every day. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my blue mascara. And the reason why I use blue mascara is I like to have thick eyelashes. So I put the blue on first. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to go on top of it with my Bobbi Brown mascara. And it's going to pick up that blue and make my eyebrows look more defined. It's a technique that I actually haven't seen anyone else use. I actually kind of like it fell into my lap because I picked the wrong mascara up at the store. But when I applied it first and then I applied a dark black on top of it, my eyebrows were actually really thick, and you will see there it's like a dark blue. See, make sure that it's evenly distributed across my eyelashes. Okay, honey, now it's time to go ahead and get your big old sponge bag, and you're going to go ahead and blend that concealer deep into that skin. Pat, pat, pat away. Get close to the eyes. You can look up and get in the creases of it. Yes, honey, let's go ahead and blend. Blend everything. Underneath my chin. And I actually like to let it set while I'm doing my eyes, so a good 5 minutes of it setting so it can absorb into the skin. A lot of people go ahead and apply the concealer, and then within 2 or 3 seconds, they'll go ahead and they're baking. I'm like, wait a minute, honey. The skin and the concealer didn't even set in your skin. Let it set for a little bit so you can get that Kim K look that we are all trying to achieve. But this is my signature look that I came up with. I've actually been getting a lot of compliments on it. A lot of people like it. And as you have noticed, I have changed the lighting. It started to get a little bright outside, so I turned my light off, my ring light off, and I just used the outside light. Natural light is always better. I wanted you guys to actually get to see this Now I'm taking my same sponge, the other side, and I dipped it into my translucent powder by Kat Von D. Go ahead and put underneath my chin. Any places that I applied the concealer, I'm going to go ahead and also apply the translucent powder down the bridge of my nose. Go from there. I do like to let that bake. I think one of Kat Von D's translucent powder normally lasts me about a good 4 months. If I apply it every day, it will last 4 months. It's well worth every penny that I paid for. Then I like to do a little bit extra more because I want to be snatched. So dab, 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 get close underneath that eyelid, babe, underneath the eye lines, any creases, get up in there, let that powder absorb. Make sure it's screwed on tight because what you don't want to happen is have an accident and it spills everywhere. How do I know? I've done it before. Wipe off any excess makeup underneath my lips. While my powder is setting, I'm going to now go ahead and take the other end of the blending sponge and I'm going to go ahead and pat it back into my skin. Pat, pat, pat. I want the powder to like set into my face. That's the overall key, is to make sure that it's setting into your face. I don't like it damp. You know, it could be a little damp, but for the most part, it's kind of like I let it air dry. Now I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose a little bit, down the bridge of my nose. Take my sponge because I don't like to see any lines. You know, I watched a couple of Kim Kardashian's makeup artist video, and he does the same thing with hers. So I kind of picked up on some of his techniques. Now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to apply some more foundation powder to my skin. I'm going to take off those harsh lines where I applied my setting powder because I like my makeup to look natural. This is not one of those beat faces to where you don't look like who you are and you're unrecognizable. No, this is a beat to where all you did was enhance your natural beauty features. So this is a more natural beat for my women in the 30 and up club. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add the blush. I got this blush from Ulta. It is from the Morphe collection. It was actually only $12 and it's very high pigmented, something that you can definitely use for the fall, especially with Ulta having a coupon right now for $3.50, and you can go ahead and get you that palette. So I definitely recommend going to Ulta and getting the palette, the fall collection from Morphe. I'm going to go ahead and go up by my hairline, cheekbone, start off with the bright color, dark color. Then I'm going to go in with that kind of brown, peachy looking color. I'm going to mix those together. Like I stated before, this is my signature look. I'm not a pro. I don't claim to be, but I do get a lot of compliments on my makeup and from guys and girls that it looks very natural. So that's what we're going here for, a more natural look for the women of the 30 and up club. Continue to blend, blend, blend. Now, once again, with me blending and applying blush and powder, my eyebrows did kind of get away from me. So I went back in with my spoolie and I made sure that my line was still there and I defined it a little bit more. I did not have to add no more. There was some product still left on the spoolie. So I just used what was left on the product, on the stick with the product. Now I'm going to take that middle blush, which is also used as a highlighter for me. I'm going to go to the highest parts of my cheekbone, as you see, and I'm going to go ahead and dab, dab, dab. I don't go all the way up with it. I want to be on the highest points of my cheekbone. And that's it. Now I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to go ahead and blend in completely. I don't like to see any harsh lines or anything. This is a all natural everyday beat for the women of 30 and up. So you don't want your blush to be too harsh, and you don't want it to be, you want it to be kind of like just right in the middle. So I'm actually about done with this look, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and add now some bronzer. I'm going to go ahead and use my bronzer, and I'm going to go ahead and add it. I have it from the Rihanna collection, right there, top of my lip, middle of my nose, and down the bridge of my nose. Those three places, as you see, when the light hits it, I blend it in with my finger. Then I'm going to take it to the very top of my cheekbone, and I'm going to lose just a little bit. I use my finger so the product can apply easily instead of using a brush. I do need to order a new Rihanna bronzer. I am completely out of it. The one Hustler Baby when it first came out. Take my sponge, and I'm going to make sure that any harsh lines I do blend away. One last thing that I'm going to do to complete this look is I actually have another bronzer, just a little bronzer. I'm going to go ahead and add in, and then this look is complete, and you guys will see the finished product once I change my shirt and fix my hair. All right, looks good to go. Here is the finished product for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy and love this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and stay tuned. Hit the notification button. And as always, you guys, stay pretty and stay busy. And until next time, bye.